Hey guys, so I'm going to do a tag video today, and yes, you've guessed it, we're outside again. I have the whole house to myself, and I thought I might as well take opportunity to use the relatively okay weather to do some videoing. So the tag that I'm going to do today is the Would You Rather tag, booktube edition. I technically have not been specifically tagged by anyone, but I was kind of tagged by the Readables because she tagged anyone who had book in their name. And I have book in my channel name. So we're going to do this and let's see how it goes. So the first question is, would you rather read only book trilogies or only read standalones? And this is quite a difficult question. I think personally I would rather read neither. I'd rather read series because I think trilogies often kind of try to squish everything into the last book and it doesn't work as well. I think quartets and longer are generally the best form unless you can't fit it into a single book. And often single books I don't feel like I get enough closure. But if I had to pick, I think I'd pick trilogies, but only if I can include series into that thing. Like I know series are longer than a trilogy, but like I like standalone novels, but I never feel like I get enough information and I want to get more attached to the characters, and I can't do that because there's only 400 pages. That's all there is. I want more. So, trilogies. Despite the fact that I don't really like trilogies as much as quartets or longer, I'm gonna go with trilogies. Yeah, gonna go with trilogies. Stop making me think about it. So the second question is, would you rather read only female authors or only male authors? And this question I can actually answer really easily. I would rather read only female authors. That's not to say that there aren't male authors that I love. There are, and they're some of my favourite authors. So John Green, Terry Pratchett, Jasper Fforde, Lemony Snicket. Oh, I'd never be able to read another Lemony Snicket book. No. Shit, I never be able to read another Shakespeare. Shit. Or George Orwell. I couldn't read any George Orwell. And I couldn't. Guys. No. Female authors. Because as much as I love those select individual male authors, generally the genres that I like to read are often more written by women, and I like them. So, female authors, despite the fact that I'd never be able to read another Shakespeare book. Play. Thing. I think I might cry. Third question is, would you rather shop at Barnes & Noble or Amazon? Neither! I live in the UK! We don't have Barnes & Noble. And Amazon's alright, but they have to pay for postage. Why? I blame you, privatised Royal Mail. I blame you a lot. So, neither of those. I'd much rather shop at Waterstones, which I'm guessing I should have probably replaced Barnes & Noble in that question with Waterstones because they are effectively the English counterpart. But Waterstones, it's free delivery if you want them delivered, and also there's a shop in town. And you can have them delivered to that shop so that you can check them beforehand. And they have Waterstones Marketplace, which is effectively like Amazon, but specifically for books, run by Waterstones, and you can search which kind of edition you want. So, Waterstones, much better, plus they have a points card, and they have a really amazing stampy offer, so if you spend like £100, you get £10 of books free. And I realised that for many people £100 worth of books is not something that they can spend in 2 trips. It's something I can spend in 2 trips. Would you rather have all books turned into movies or TV shows when they're adapted? And hands down, TV shows. Like, I like some movie adaptations, like I like the Harry Potter movies, and when I liked Twilight, I liked the movie things, and I liked the Ruby and the Smoke movie, and I liked the Vampire Academy's movie, but I love Game of Thrones. And this question has to be answered assuming that all of them are good. So even if it was all movies, they'd have to be good movies. And by that, I mean not The Northern Lights, not City of Bones. Because believe me, if you make all of my favourite books into films like City of Bones, I will come and find you and I will make sure that you never get to read another book again because you'll ruin it. You ruined those films. I'm aware that you will never watch this video, but you ruined it. You should go and sit in a corner and have 5 minutes time out. No, 5 hours time out. You should be punished, because that was not okay. But what I would love is for books to be made into TV shows by 2 channels specifically, and that's HBO, because HBO gets shit done good. Like, hour long, no advert breaks, they don't have a problem with swearing, they don't have a problem with like actually what's happening in a storyline that makes it logical, and it's good. HBO or BBC. And I don't mean children's BBC, I don't mean BBC 3 or BBC 4, I mean BBC 1 or BBC 2. Those are your choices. Because again, they get shit done. No advert breaks. Advert breaks, no. No. I don't stop reading so that I can look at packaging and say, well, you know what I really need? I need a Wonder Mop. No one needs a Wonder Mop. Question 5, would you rather read 5 pages a day or 5 books a week? I can read 5 books a week. I have done relatively recently read 5 books in a week. I can't do it every week, and I certainly can't do it when term is going on, but if this is like a time will stop when you're reading so that you can read this much, then definitely 5 books a week, because 5 pages a day is not enough to fuel my book habit, and it's certainly not enough to get through the TBR list that I have. Because if you think, okay, so 5 books a day, 5 pages a day, 5 times 7 is 35, so 4 times 35 is 140, so that's 140 pages in a month, basically. So 140 pages, 420 pages is 3 months. 420 pages is 3 months work of reading. 420. So I couldn't finish a single Cassandra Clare book in 3 months. No. It would take me a year to finish between 3 or 4 books. 3 or 4. It's just not gonna happen, guys. Authors write faster than that. So, no. Question 6 is, would you rather be a professional author or a professional reviewer? And again, this is a relatively easy question. I would much rather be an author. I am currently writing a piece of fiction. It's going incredibly slowly because I know what I want to happen, but I'm just really slow at writing it. And I'm not like gung-ho on becoming an author, like that's not what I want to do with my life, but I think it would be quite cool. And as much as I like kind of discussing books, I really don't like writing reviews. I find it incredibly difficult, and so I'd much rather be an author, especially if I'm allowed to be a non-fiction author, because then I could just write about like sex ed, because I know about that, and I am currently, with some help, writing a sex ed book, so I think I'd much rather be an author. So there you go. Question 7 is, would you rather read only your top 20 books forever, or only new books? And again, relatively easy answer for me is new books, because I don't have a top 20, because I can't pick favourites for anything, ever. Like, I'm so bad. You could ask me pretty much. There are only like 2 or 3 things where I have a definitive favourite, and that's like favourite colour, which is purple, and favourite sibling, which is Greg. And the only reason I have a favourite sibling is because I only have 1 sibling. So I can't do favourites. I can't. It makes me feel physically uncomfortable. Like, you could ask me what my favourite film is, I couldn't tell you. Favourite book, I couldn't tell you. Favourite film, I cannot tell you my favourite thing, I can't. I don't have any! So, reading my top 20 would be me reading every book and saying, oh, that's in my top 20. Actually, no. I don't know. I don't have a top 20. So, new books. Which would make me sad because there are some books that I'd really love to reread, but I could deal with that. Question 8 is, would you rather be a librarian or a bookseller? And again, the answer is pretty easy for me. I'd rather be a bookseller. I like libraries, but the libraries in my area are not great, and the idea of having to be handed back books that had been damaged or abused would really upset me. Plus, if I have my own shop, I'd be able to organise it however I want, and the displays could be changed all the time, and I'd get to control it, and I'd be able to say on Tuesday evenings we're going to have a book club, and on Wednesday evenings we're going to have a kind of book discussion thing about like sex in books, or families in books, or friendship in books, or like things like that, and I'd get to control that, and I like having control of a situation. So, bookshop. Shit, it's starting to rain. Okay, last 2 questions can be relatively quick. So, question 9. Question 9 is, would you rather only read your favourite genre or everything but your favourite genre? And again, I have this problem. I can't pick a favourite genre. I don't have one. Like, contemporary, I like it. Dystopian, I like it. Anything YA, I like it. Adult novels, I like it. New adult novels, I don't think I've read anything specifically new adult, because the only difference between YA and new adult seems to be the fact that they don't think sex is so taboo, and so I just read books. I don't understand the difference between YA and NA, so books, fantasy, high fantasy, contemporary, non-fiction. Generally I'm not a fan of non-fiction, but some non-fiction I'm happy with. I don't have a favourite. So my cop-out is to say anything but my favourite, because I don't have one. So I can read everything. And I win. Kind of. The last question, question 10, is would you rather read physical books or ebooks? And again, the answer for me is relatively easy. It's hands down physical copies, because I do have a Kindle and it does have some books on it, including, like, it has Hunger Games on it and a couple other things. Like, I've got quite a few classics on there, and I'm sure that when I go off to university I will have to get used to the idea of reading ebooks, but I really don't like, it's too small for me to be able to hold it properly like that, and I don't like it, and the electronic things don't help, but just physical copies, they smell nice, they weigh the correct amount, you can, like, I'm less scared about breaking them. Like, I'm really terrified of breaking electronic devices, so the idea of breaking my library, like, if I had all of my books on my Kindle, I'd become really uncomfortable because I'd be scared that I'd break it. I'm trying to think of people that I know well enough to tag them, but that haven't already done this video. And I'm coming up pretty short, guys, because most of the people that I know on YouTube aren't book blogs, vlogs, channels, things. They don't do books, they don't even do reading. So I'm gonna tag everyone who watches this video, because that's a cop-out, and I like a cop-out. So if you watched this video and you got to this point of the video, you have to go and do it. And when you've done it, please comment your link, because I'd love to watch them and see what you guys say. And like this video if you want me to do more tags, comment your video version or whatever else you want to say, and subscribe. And I'm gonna have to go inside now because it is genuinely starting to rain. So I will see you guys later. Bye. guys, so I'm gonna do a okay. Fucking hell, my phone.